Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video, I'm bringing to you 3 replays back to back. Not against any particular type of deck archetype, but they're just fun little replays of games from my time climbing to Diamond 1 this season using Eldlich. I think I'm going to title this video "The Adventures of Eldlich versus Adventure Decks" or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure out the title later. I'm also I have another set of replays, 5 replays, that I'm going to show for the Duelist Cup. It's gonna be that one's gonna be called "The Adventures of Eldlich in Climbing the Duelist Cup" in Master Duel. Anyway, so let's get into the first replay. So let's look at my opponent's deck here. So, okay, they're an Adventure, Tenyi, Swordsoul, Halq Fibrax Synchro deck. Okay. So basically a generic. I just looked up someone's deck profile on YouTube type of deck. Alright, so let's see what happens in this one. I do lose the coin toss, so I do go second. And it ends up not mattering. Like people say, like, oh, trap decks can only, or control decks only good going first. Absolutely false. Alright, so let's look at my opening hand, shall we? So my opening hand is okay. I mean, I have double Witch's Strike, double Solemn Strike, Ice Dragon's Prison. So Witch's Strike, if it resolves once, you don't really need a second. So it's the second one is sort of a brick, but you'll see what happens here. So he's going to go into his adventure package, because of course he is. He summons a Tenyi, summons a Griffin Rider, grabs the Draco back, searches the Enchantress. Yep, he's going to ditch the Enchantress, of course. Okay, Enchantress, grab the right. Right, grab, make the token. Normal token collector, make Halq Fibrax. You all know where this is going. Jet Synchron into Auroradon. Auroradon, make 3 tokens. Auroradon, tribute itself in a token to make Olion. Olion and token make Denglong. Denglong searches 9 pillars of the Yangzing. They produce another token. Okay. Yep. Mills a Tenyi. Synchros into Baron de Fleur. Summons a Yangzing. Summons Jet Synchron. Recycles a Draco back. Oh man, what an insane combo. I've never seen this combo before. Makes Borreload Savage Dragon with 3 tokens. Okay. Cool story. Okay. What next? Oh, makes Baxia Brightness of the Yangzing. Okay, sure. Not sure what that's about. Oh, makes Chaofeng, the Phantom of the Yangzing, right? So this card says I cannot activate card effects with the original type. So since Baxia is a light, I cannot activate light monsters in my hand. All right. Is he finally done playing? Am I finally allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's find out. So I top deck Rivalry Warlords. Great top deck, by the way. Honestly, didn't even need it. I can easily play out, break this board with just the 5 cards I open with. But Rivalry Warlords, a nice little cherry on top. All right. So let's count the number of negates they have, shall we? It's like, literally, this is a counting game, right? You might say, oh, Witch's Strike isn't a counter trap. It can be negated. No, because you don't use Witch's Strike until you know it can go through. So we have 1 negate, Baron de Fleur, 1 negate, Borreload Savage Dragon, and another negate via the 9 pillars of the Yangzing. So 3 negates total. So all I have to do is play through 3 negates or bait out 3 negates, and then I can Witch's Strike. All right, so let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to set 5. I'm keeping my second copy of Witch's Strike because I decided, you know what? I only need 1 Witch's Strike in order to deal with this board. I'm not going to bother setting the second. It's not a hard once per turn, so technically, if 1 got negated. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Draw phase. I'm going to Ice Dragon's Prison. Why am I doing this? Because in order for 9 pillars of the Yangzing to be live, he needs a Yangzing monster on the field to pop, right? So if he does not have a Yangzing monster, then that means 9 pillars of the Yangzing will not be live. So what I do is I target a worm monster in his graveyard. I decide to target the Denglong, because if it goes through, I'm going to banish Denglong and Chaofeng, and then 9 pillars is dead. So he's going to counter using Borreload Savage Dragon, and I'm going to counter with Solemn Strike. Because I'm countering with Solemn Strike, this forces him to use 9 pillars of the Yangzing, because the 9 pillars of the Yangzing is a counter trap, right? So he is going to negate that. So 2 of his negates are gone. All I have to do is bait 1 negate left, and just look at what I have. I have 3 cards on the field to debate 1 negate. So since that chain did get negated, I'm going to Witch's Strike. He's going to chain Baron de Fleur to negate, but I have a second Solemn Strike, and I'm going to negate his Baron de Fleur. And since, this is a counter trap, he literally can't chain anything else. So he's just gonna lose everything. And guess what? I still have Rivalry of Warlords on the field, which means if he tries to start going into another play, if he even has any plays left, like what is it? He has 27 cards left in his deck. Look at this. All this stuff is gone. Like what else does he really have? It doesn't matter. Anyway, and I still have another Witcher Strike. So if he put us up another gate, I'm just gonna kill him. So I top deck Lord of the Heavenly Prison, which is great. I'm gonna use Lord, set Witcher Strike, pass. So cool thing about Lord is on end phase, I'm gonna flip Rivalry just so that I can trigger Lord. He's gonna use Maxi, which doesn't matter, literally useless. I'm gonna grab Pot of Extravagance. So not only am I gonna get a 3K body on the field, that's I'm also gonna get to draw 2 on my turn, unless he has Ash. If he has Ash, then guess what? He has no cards anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. He does not have Ash. I am get to draw 2, and look at this. Look at this. Like, look at this card advantage. Like, so he got Witcher Strike, and he did not scoop, right? Now I have 6 cards to his 1. And his 1 card is not Ash, otherwise he would have negated that pot, right? So I'm just going to swing for 3K, and I'm just going to set... I don't bother setting Elixir because Rivalry prevents Elixir from resolving, right? So I'm just going to set 4 and pass. Just in case he top decks evenly match or like some back row clear, I still have an Elixir to follow up. He summons Taia. Taia banishes Yangzing, and he wants to spawn a token. So I'm going to flip Gozen Match. Taia is a Windworm. The token is a Water Worm, so it can play through Rivalry, cannot play through Gozen. So the token will, so this will fizzle, and then he's just going to scoop. Yeah. So easy peasy. Like, people are afraid of this Yangzing, 9 Pillars, Hockey Fireback Song, but there's really nothing to be afraid of. Most of the time, they put up 3 negates, right? Like, with 5 or 6 cards in hand, you should be able to play through 3 negates, right? Because you have more cards to flip than they have negates. So anyway, that's game number 1. Game number 2, let's see what deck this is. This is a oh look, a adventure Halqi Fibrax Synchro whatever deck, right? So almost basically the same as the last deck, but it doesn't have Tenyi monsters. Instead, it has the what is this? The Thunder Dragon Colossus package, and it has the DPE package, I suppose. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a generic meta deck that loses to Eldlich, despite being doing all this annoying things. Anyway, all right, let's see what we have. So do I go first? I want to say I go first. No, I go second. Okay, so he's gonna Foolish. By the way, my opening hand is pretty good, right? I have 2 Floodgates. I have 1 Eldlich Engine Piece, a Trap Trick, which is always great to have in opening hand, and Torrential Tribute, another card that you just love to see, right? So anyway, he's gonna get the Enchantress. Okay. Grab the right. Yep. Right. Make the thing. Yep. Griffin Rider. Very standard. You've seen this all a million times before. Okay. Okay. Grabs another thing. Draco back gonna recycle itself. Sure. And he's gonna set. So I guess he didn't open like his other starters. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go ahead and set 4. The reason I'm setting 4 is because I want to make a Witcher Strike play, but I don't have Witcher Strike, so I have to search Witcher Strike with Trap Trick. I can only do that if I have an open back row slot. So draw phase. Flip Gozen Match. He's gonna negate with Griffin Rider. I'm gonna chain Trap Trick, and then I'm gonna chain Elixir. Chain Elixir. He's gonna chain Maxi, which will get him a draw off of my Eldlich summon. But guess what? Whatever card he draws is gonna be destroyed by Witcher Strike, so it doesn't matter, right? So I'm gonna bring out my Eldlich. He's gonna get a draw. I'm gonna set Witcher Strike, and then when this chain resolves, I'm going to Witcher Strike him. He's gonna chain Imperm, which will turn off my Solemn Strike, but guess what? It doesn't matter. Trap Trick locks you into only activating 1 trap anyway, so I can't activate the Solemn Strike regardless. So useless card. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just destroy everything. Okay, cool. And then he's gonna grab a spell here. All right. So I'm just gonna swing for 25, right? And then I'm going to set Imperial Order, grab a Conquistador, set a Torrential Tribute. I'm gonna hold Needle Sealing. The reason I'm holding Needle Sealing is just in case he does top deck back row clear, I have a Needle Sealing that I can set on the following turn. Also, I think with he has the Rite of Aramesia Although I guess I have Imperial Order, so backward clear doesn't matter. With Rite of Artemisia, like, he can't really make that big of a board anymore. So anyway, alright, so he draws a card. He's going to play Rite of Artemisia. Now, he could have played this last turn, but he didn't. Why? Because he knew that if he used Rite of Artemisia and summoned one token, that token was just going to be destroyed by Eldlich. So the reason he's playing Rite of Artemisia right now is because he top-decked a tuner. Wait, what do you mean he top-decked a tuner? How do you know that? Well, because if you recall his turn 1, he did not do his Halq Fibrax combo, right? Because he probably didn't have the tuner in hand or whatever, right? So now that he so to make Halq Fibrax you need 2 bodies, one of them being a tuner, right? So the fact that he's actually going through and playing this card means that he thinks he has a play, right? My guess is he has a Halq Fibrax play, right? Because I killed his Draco back, I killed his Faithful Image, I killed his Griffin Rider, or actually his Griffin Rider's still in his deck, but he's not gonna get it, right? So he has a freaking tuner that he top decked, right? It's just so telegraphed. And now I could flip Imperial Order here and negate the spell, but in my view, there's no rush in flipping Imperial Order, right? I like to, some people just like to shotgun their traps. Oh, just flip it immediately. I only do it if it's gonna get him an advantage or something that is gonna matter, right? This case, he's gonna get an adventure token. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm okay with this going through, right? Here's why it pays off to be patient, right? All right, so he's gonna. Oh look, he top decks his 1 copy of Jet Synchron. What do you know? Okay, so yeah, he is gonna make Halq Fibrax. I was right. So now, he's gonna go ahead and make Halq Fibrax, and guess what? I have this card here called Solemn Strike, which is literally just gonna kill his Halq Fibrax, right? So the advantage of being patient is that this hurts him more, right? Like if I just Imperial Ordered, okay, he stops the token, maybe he doesn't scoop, whatever, maybe he tries to make Halq Fibrax another way, right? But the point is, I'm removing the option for him to even make Halq Fibrax anymore, because Halq Fibrax is 1 card per deck, right? So if I Solemn Strike it, that means he will never, ever, 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 ever be able to make his Halq Fibrax play ever again, right? Which means Auroradon is dead, which means his Synchro line is dead, and his Adventure Engine is already dead, so at this point, he basically has no choice but to scoop, right? Like, because I was patient. Because I was patient, he has not been able to do his full, like, I don't have to flip Imperial Order, right? Why flip Imperial Order? I'd rather flip Imperial Order chained to a spell that is actually going to do something that matters, right? Because it negates that spell. If you shotgun Imperial Order, they just don't play the spell, they just hold their spell until they can somehow out Imperial Order or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to Solemn Strike this, and then he's just going to scoop because he literally has nothing else, right? Like, what's he going to do? His Adventure line is dead, his Halq Fibrax line is dead. So yeah, I'd rather just take out the Halq Fibrax with the Solemn Strike, and then never have to deal with that shit ever again, right? It's so easy. Alright. Game number 3. Let's see what deck my opponent has. Oh, look! He has a Adventure Synchro Halq Fibrax with a Thunder Dragon Colossus package. Ooh, what a unique deck. It's definitely different than any deck I've ever seen before. Oh man, this is just... I swear, like, when you're playing like high diamond, like, this is all you see. It's just the same freaking deck. And they're so predictable. That's the thing. Like, when you see the same deck over and over, you know exactly what they want to do, right? Anyway. So, do I win the coin toss here? I do win the coin toss here. So I'm going to set 5. So, of these 3 games I'm showing you, I went second in 2 of the 3 games. So, going second doesn't matter. Going first is easier. Like, they're quicker games, right? Because you don't have to sit through an hour-long opponent combo. So, I prefer to go first. But going second, it's the same result. I'm still going to kill them, right? So, set 5. Alright, let's see what he has. Oh, no. He summoned the Water Enchantress of the Temple. And then he makes... he gets the Psychic Wheeler, and then he makes Coral Dragon. So, Coral Dragon, for those who don't know, is a Synchro 6, which is a tuner. It says, once per turn, you can discard a card, then target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it, right? If the Synchro summon monster is sent from the field or graveyard, draw a card. So this card will allow him to pop one of my back row, and when he removes it from the field, probably via Halq Fibrax play, right? He's going to draw a card. So I decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and Solemn Strike the summon. And the reason because I don't want him to attempt to pop back row, and I don't want him to draw a card, right? So if I Solemn Strike, that means this card never hit the field. So when it goes to the graveyard, someone's negated. He doesn't get to draw a card. So okay, cool. So Water Enchantress is going to grab the right, as expected. He's going to play the right. Yep. Okay. Get the Fateful Adventure. Fateful Adventure is going to grab Griffin Rider. Yep. He discards something. Griffin Rider is going to summon itself. And now he's going to trigger the effect to search the Draco back. So on summon, I'm going to flip Torrential Tribute here. Okay? Alright. Basically forces him to negate. Otherwise, his Draco back is dead. His Griffin Rider is dead. He has no negate, right? So he's going to chain Draco back, or whatever. Not Draco back. Griffin Rider, which is expected. Again, very predictable behavior, right? Okay, he's going to shuffle that. He's going to negate. He's going to attach the Draco back. And because he negated me, I'm going to go ahead and Witch's Strike him. And then he just loses. And guess what? I still had a Huaquero on my field. Huaquero summons on end phase. Swing for 18. Link into Link Spider. I have a Skill Drain set just in case he has anything on his turn, right? After the Link Spider sends Huaquero. Huaquero is going to grab Elixir. Elixir is going to summon Eldlich. There's just no recourse for him. He's just completely screwed. So, yeah. Oh, man. It's like people say, oh, Witch's Strike is too situational. You know, like it requires your opponent to negate. Guys, this is modern Yu-Gi-Oh! With the Adventure Engine. They're going to negate you. Like, it's like using the argument of like, oh, Ash Blossom is, you know, you shouldn't play Ash Blossom in combo decks because it requires your opponent to search or special summon from the deck or mill a card. Like, yo, that's what every fucking deck does. So of course, so that's why Ash Blossom is so popular and is like can basically hit any deck. Same with Witch's Strike, right? But again, Witch's Strike played in control decks and not playing combo decks because the timing for Witch's Strike and combo decks, like combo plays, are off, right? Because Witch's Strike can't activate till your following turn, and you do your combo now, so they're out of sync, right? But in a control deck, all your cards can activate on the same turn, right? Because they're all traps. So anyway, yep. So that was game number 3. Hope you all enjoyed and learned something. I know some people complain, oh, how do you deal with the 9 pillars of the Yang Zing, all that? The same way you deal with every other board. You just break it. Set 4, set 5, pass, maybe Torrential, maybe Witch's Strike, whatever. This goes a match. You have so many tools to break boards in this deck, and it's like, yeah, you're going to do it. Believe in yourself. You will do it if you play this deck. All right. Thanks, y'all, for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed and learned something. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.